Fine. Good morning, all. So, let me go to the. Yeah. Good morning, all. So, here, today we'll talk about arrays. Okay. Before going to arrays, let me do something. So, any variables like static. Okay. First of all, let me write a variable. Suppose I want to assign a variable like suppose student ID, employee ID. Then I want to assign in some variable. Suppose emp ID. Then what type? Integer. I am assigning this data into the one variable. That type is integer. These things we know in the variable concepts. Now, uh, in Java, JVM will provide default values for variables. Okay, it might be static or non-static and reference. Okay, fine. We'll go to the just suppose we know integer. Suppose emp id just declared. What is the default value? 0. For float, 0.0. Okay. These are all things we'll check in the code. Let me take one class array, or let me create one package name. New package. Let me take com dot array dot let me take sample. This is my package. Hit finish. Package has been created here. Now I want to take class inside the package. Now let me take class name as something array sample. Then let me take public static void main method. Then after id will create the class. Fine. Okay, it's loading. Okay, let me remove these comments. Let me remove these comments. Now, see now, package name is com array sample, class name is array sample. In that, I took one main method. Then after, let me create object for the new for class name. We have to create object for corresponding class. Or my corresponding class is array sample. Now I have to take the one reference variable. Let me take something other. Okay, other is my reference variable. You can take anything, st, number, okay, character. You can take anything. In my case, I took other. Now, for suppose this is one class, right? This is one class. Let me create one more class. Class address. That's it. I don't do anything. Just a class. It's a dummy class. Nothing is there. Again, one more class. In that, let me take student. Open braces immediately. Close braces. Save. I have 3 classes: address, array sample, and student. In the student, let me take some variables. Okay, let me take student ID. Okay, student id, just I will declare. I don't want to initialize. Why? Because of I want to know that what is the default value of the integer. In the student I took one variable, and I will take student name declare. Just it is a name in the form of string. Then after, what is this? This is actually, we will call instance primitive type. Instance primitive type. Then this one, class is, string is one class, and the variable is std name. So instance reference variable. Instance reference. Why? Because of string is a class. Then after, let me take one static variable. Static variable, integer, something zip code, semicolon. This is okay. Just a minute. Static variable. It is a static variable because of it is a. What is this? Okay, what's this? Let me remove this one. Integer in code, comma. Then after it is a static. Okay, I have to do something. Let me put in comments first. After I call, then it will come. Then after boolean b, boolean b. Then after, yeah, fine. This is fine. Now let me take. This is what boolean is, one instance primitive type. It is an instance variable and comes under primitive type, integer, string, boolean. Like that also you can take. Now let me take string. Let me take the class name, like address. This is my class, right? See the type. Now I will take different data type. Address is my class, the type, and let me take adr. That's it. See now, this is what instance reference, like a static, like a string. Just a minute. Yeah, fine. So I took one integer, string, instance reference, and boolean, instance primitive type, and address. Now I want to know that the default value of this data types. For that purpose, let me write system.out.println. Let me write other. Okay, let me create instance for class, then only you can able to access the things. Let me create. Okay, struct. New keyword, create object. Let me create object for student, then all will come. Let's take st student. Then after, with the st reference variable, I can call boolean. Just okay, st name, same thing, st id dot st name already took. Let me take st dot student id. Then after, what else? st dot st dot b boolean value. Then after, system dot out dot println st dot, what is coming on? Address. See now, address is one class. Okay, let me review one more thread imports. Save this one. Okay. It is showing error. Okay. Okay. What is this error? Okay, let me put in comments. No, it's importing Sun Microsystem from org Apache BCL. Okay. Okay, let me write. Okay, let me run this one, or if it is run, fine. Otherwise, I will take another class. Okay, exception 11. Okay, let me take this class into another class. Let me create new class name as address, and hit finish. Let me remove these things, save student address. Let me okay, let me take this also in different class. After that I will import. It's not supporting sometimes. Student, let me take all variables whatever I have. Let me take in different class. Fine. Now let me remove this class, save. Let me save this one. Okay, give all to public access modifiers. Then space. Okay, see now here I created one class differently. After that I created object for student. Then let me run. Default value for name nothing but here string. Oh, sorry. What is the first? Student name, student id 0, and student b boolean default value is false. Same like, and let me take one variable as digit, and after let me take it as a float. Okay, let me let me see what is the default value for float. System.out.println. Let me write this one, sb dot digit. Then what JVM will provide for default value for float. Okay. See now, for float 0.0, for boolean default value is false, and integer for 0. Then this is okay, string. This is called this one, right? String. Instance reference value default value is null. Same as the class. If you take address also, then if you print, then it will give the default value for reference class is null. So these are all default values provided by JVM. So what I'm trying to make a point here, I am every variable, it might be static or non-static, JVM will provide default values, right? Default values for reference null, for integer 0, for boolean false, for like float 0.0. After that, let me go to the local variables now. Okay, important concept here. Local variables. Fine. Here, let me write first point. Sometimes to meet the temporary requirements of the programming, we have to declare variable inside the method or block or constructor. Such type of variable called simply we will call as a local variable. Write this point. Suppose fine, local variables. Sometime to meet the requirements of the programmer, we can declare variables inside the blocks or constructor. Such type of called local variables. Okay, suppose let me write here simple logic. Suppose let me take one method integer. Okay, let me take access modifier as public. Return type I don't take right now. Let me give the question mark. Then after add method, I want to do some operation based on the addition. Suppose let me take primitive data type as integer, add number. These are called parameters. And integer, let me take this one as number 1. One more data type is number 2. Then after open brace, close brace, then after I want to perform some addition operation. Then what I have to do? Let me take some system dot, okay, system dot out dot print ln. In this, let me write simply method started. Method started, double quotes, and close with semicolon. Then after I want to perform some operation. Suppose assume I gave some variables, suppose 2 in the number 1 plus number 2 I gave the one more variable 5. Then I want to perform some addition operation. We have the plus operator, number 2, it will store the 5, done. Then it will give the one result, right? This is the called, this is also one local variable, local primitive type, RESUL. Result is one local primitive type. That type is what type? Integer, right? Suppose 5 plus 2, it will give the return as a 7, right? This one, see now, let me remove this one. Yep, I will do again. Suppose here number 1 place, what it contains? 2, and number 2 5. Then addition operation, it will return the 7. Then I have to assign into one operator, one variable, with the help of equal to operator. Let me give result, and the type is integer. It won't give the any type. See now, sometimes to meet the temporary requirements of the programmer, we can declare the variables. See now, here what I declared? Result. I declared the temporary variable inside the block, right? Here I declare temporary variable inside the block. Block nothing but here one method, right? In the block or constructor, simply I can say in method. In method, for reaching the temporary requirements, I will declare one variable. This is called simply local variable. Which type of local variable is? This is called local primitive. Let me say local primitive variable. Fine. Then after, still I didn't give the any this one. This is the system.println. Then after result, let me write one statement as system.println. In the place whatever the result is came, whatever the result is came, then I want to execute, and after it will print. It is one case. Otherwise, let me give the return. Why? Here I didn't declare any return type. I want to return the result of the some addition operation. For that purpose, let me take return result. Let me take this local primitive as a result. Then the what is it? The access modifier. The return type I will take as a integer. So this is called, what I'm trying to make a point on this whole thing. Result is one local primitive variable. Okay, and moreover, in this add method, the first name and the second name to that, to that only variable we can in the method by mistake. Just a minute. This is the method by mistake. By mistake, if you want to get outside of this one, it will give the compile time error, right? Suppose this variable, the scope of the local variable inside the block only. If you want to try to write the system.out.println, system.out.println, then it will give the error. Outside of the block, I am trying to access this one. The scope of the local variable inside the block only. If you try to access, it will give the compile time error. Then after, the method arguments also called local variables. This is called one local. Here, let me write here. The parameters, like in the case whatever you are declare inside this braces, this is also called local variables only. Comma, not only this one, not number one, number two. Sometimes request. If you go to the servlets, then in the place of here, you can get the class name and their reference variable, and the class name and the reference variable. Okay, let me write that point also here. So the parameters like number one, number two, all also known as local variables. And result, what is the result? Result is one variable, that is local primitive variable. Result is local primitive. Local primitive variable, right? Okay, let me concentrate here. I will try to explain very, very important concept. Suppose this is one method, right? Very, very important. Let me write note. In this note, this is my method name, right? Sometimes they will give it here as a primitive data types, right? Suppose, for example, let me remove this one for your understanding. What is here? It is one variable. Okay, this is one. Okay, let me remove this one also. This is one type. Sometimes they will give here class name. Concentrate here, important concept, class name and the reference variable. Okay, here sometimes they will give class name and moreover reference variable. Suppose, let me write for this example, class name, let me write request. Request is one reference variable. Then after, let me write here class name. Suppose, let me write, I didn't remember that sling request. Let me type sling request. Sling request is the class name and the request. I think HTTP request. HTTP request and the reference variable. This is what? Class name. This is what? Reference variable. So in the parameters, they will give anything. It might be primitive variable and the class name variable. Sometimes they will take collection list, they will take class name here, class name, then after they will take variable. Let me take on change. But what I'm trying to make point here, we have to identify. Okay, list. Okay, this will come in the collection topic. List is one interface. Okay, so they will take list and their variable, and like that only we have to just identify that one. Class name, reference variable, primitive type. Let me write primitive type, and their value. Again, like that only, class name. Class name also let me write HTTP something, let me write HTTP after their reference variable request. These are all the types. In primitive type and the reference variable, class name and the reference variable, collection and the reference variable. Done. So the method arguments also called local variable. The scope of that variables like first number and second number within the block. After the method execution, that variables will destroy. What are those variables? These two variables. After execution, those will destroy. Done. One more thing. We are generally creating object, right? Generally we are creating objects. Suppose let me write one method name is void. That method, let me take method name is on change only, small letter on change one method. Okay, I don't take any parameters, just let me open the bracket immediately, close braces. Here let me create object for class. Class name, then after equal to, then after here let me take one variable. Let me take something, what I have to take, something log. Let me take log and class name. Okay, let me take class name. Here log also one local variable. Okay, in the method temporary variable is result. These are also local variables. I mean result also local variable, arguments also local variable, this reference also local variable. Hence, therefore, local variables also categorized into local also into two types. Okay, what are those? One is local reference type. One is local reference type. Example, log. See now here. Let me write local reference. Here log is one local reference type. Understood? Categorize it into two types. Local reference type. Second thing is local primitive type. What are those? Next example is result. Result. Understood? So here, local variable. Sometimes meet the temporary requirements of the programmer, we have to declare the variable inside the block. Simply in method, I wrote some logic. Okay, here after 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 has been done some calculation, I have to store the result in one variable. This is called local variable. What type? Local primitive variable. Then after, and one more point, this local primitive type we can't able to access outside of the block. The scope of that inside the block only. These are all the 2 points. Then after, we are creating object for corresponding class. That here log also will called local reference type. This is also called local variable. Clear? That's about local variables. Then after, okay, now, so this is the introduction about arrays. Now we'll start the arrays. Our topic is array. Fine. So how to declare one variable? Integer number equal to, let me take any random variable. Fine. My requirement is, just a second. Fine. Here, okay, let me write before this one, let me write the definition. Definition for the array. Array is an indexed based array. An array is indexed based collection of fixed number of homogeneous. Homogeneous means in the terms of same data type. This is the condition. And each one differentiated with the index, and each element with the index. Okay, fine. Before we going that, let me write my requirement. Suppose my requirement is to hold the 5 employees IDs. My requirement nothing but need. Requirement is hold the 5 employees. 5 employee IDs. Here I can hold like this, right? Let me simply, okay. Let me simply an employee ID 1, fine. Employee ID 1, let me update this employee IDs all. Fine. In the variable, I can hold employee ID 2, then let me update this to employee ID 2. Then after employee ID 3, then employee ID 4. Employee ID 4, then after employee ID 5, then after employee ID 5. Fine. Here I have to hold 5 employee IDs. Then I have to declare one individual variable and the type I declare. In future I want to hold the 100. I can do. In future I want to hold 1000. Then it is not recommended. Right? If you want to hold the 5 employee IDs variables declare, we can hold. But if in future I want to hold the 1000 employee IDs, then I have to again individual variable I have to hold like this only, and so on. Right? This is not recommended. Hence, anywhere requirement to hold the multiple values of the same type like integer. Let me write that code, that thing. Hence anywhere the requirement come. Anywhere the requirement comes, hold the multiple values. Hold the multiple values, but here the condition is same data type. Right? Yeah. Hold the multiple values, large value like large values here like multiple thousands of numbers. Large values, same data type, then don't go with individual variables like this. Individual variables. Then the solution is arrays. Right? What is the main purpose? If you know the purpose, then you can go to so and so thing. So the main purpose of this arrays is like the main advantage of this arrays is that can represent huge or many numbers of values using a single variable. So what is the use? The readability of the program is improved. Right? Here, if you declare like this, your program lines will be your program will be increase. It is not recommended. The main advantage of the arrays is if you declare one variable, then you can declare. Okay, let me read again. The main advantage of the array is that can represent huge or many numbers of values using a single variable. Right? If you declare single variable, you can declare any type of numbers, but the condition is here same data type, nothing but homogeneous. Fine. So that if you want to store 5 employee IDs, I define one variable, that array can hold the 5 employee IDs. The main advantage of the using the variable, we can hold the any number of values, but the condition is the same data type. It might be array or string. Suppose let me write, okay, let me go to the PPT. Just let me go to arrays. Yeah. Okay, fine. String. Okay, string we covered. String, the first array. Okay, see now syntax of the array. Data type, square braces, array name, and new data type, and we have to declare size. And moreover, in the array, size is fixed. See now here I gave the example, integer array, integer square braces. We will call it as a integer array. Okay? If it is a string, string array. Like that only, if you declare integer, then after immediately square braces, variable name, new integer 5. Declare of an array size. And the value is fixed. We can't modify. And another way of declaration, data type, array equal to flower braces, value 1, value 2, value 3. And here I gave the example, integer, square braces, numbers. Numbers is the name. We can take anything. Then after we have to declare the data. Fine. So yeah, how the process, like process we know, first we have to declare the array. Nothing but integer and the type, I mean and the variable. Then after array declaration. This is the one way to declare. And array initialization. After declaration, this is one way. After that array declaration. This is the data. We have to take variable 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. Here, yeah, fine. So this is the process of declaration of array. Then after, okay, let me write here the thing. Suppose integer empid square braces equal to, let me go with the second one, 100, what I took here, yeah, 1001, okay, fine, 1001 comma 1002 comma 1003, fine. I want to hold the 5 implies number, 1004 comma 1005. I can declare like this. Fine. So let me go to the paint once. How it is stored inside the cells. Simple diagram. You write simple diagram. Fine. Array. Let me take this little slide. 5. It will accommodate 5. Let me segregate this one. Two, 3, and 4, 5. Then after we know index, this is called index. Let me check different thing, and this is the value. value 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Okay, not only bad, let me take a take green. Fine. And this is the index pointer. Okay, always index starts with 0. Always index starts with 0. 1. Different color. Black is okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh, sorry, 4. Fixed. Okay. So always in array index start with 0, right? That only I mentioned in the definition. So yeah, it is a indexed based collection of fixed number and homogeneous. Homogeneous means same data type, and each element has a differentiated index, right? That only I demonstrated here. Fine. That only I demonstrated here. I took some this one. Where is it? Let me go to the notepad. Notepad. Yeah. These are all the elements. It will store in the form of like this. Fine. Then let me go to the coding part. Okay. Let me create one fresh class. New class. Let me write array sample2, publish static void main method. Then after yeah, fine. Let me take inside the, let me take this only directly. Let me post over here, end with the semicolon. Fine. Then after I want to write something like employee ID is the, let me write, I want to, oh, just a minute. Employee ID, then after concatenate symbol, variable. Variable with the square braces. Here, let me give any variable. Let me give the, I want to try to know that what is the employee ID of stored in the 3. Save this one and run this one. Employee ID in the index value 3, 1004. Right? Right? Let me take some color. I gave the, in the input as a 3. Here I gave the input as a 3, and it will, cursor will move. It will check the what is the value inside the available in the cell. Then it will print on the console 4. Then you can take anything. If you give the, what is the maximum limit here? 4. I will try to give the 5 or 6, but I have the some employee IDs, but let me give the 6. Then after it will throw the error out of boundary error. See now, what is my limit here? 4. What I gave here? 5. No, sorry, 6. Let me run this code. It will give the exception. What is the exception? Array java.lang array in else out of the what exception in the 7th line. It is the risky code who have to surround it with try catch block. Okay, fine. It will come in the future class, further classes. Okay, let me take right now 2 and check. See now, 1003. 1003 in the index number 2. Fine. Save. So this is advantage. Take single variable, you can take n number of data, but the condition is same data type. Fine. Then after we'll write simple one code regarding this Java, this arrays based on this one. Okay. Let me take one method regarding salary. Void salary, and let me write here open brace close braces. Fine. Then after I want to check one condition like for employees, what is the DA, what is the PF, what is the HRA? You know, right? HRA, house rent allowance, something DA, I don't know what is that. PF, provident fund, it is the deduction. All these things I want to calculate it. Allowance is something, DA allowance is something. Okay, I want to calculate that one. For that, I have to write the logic in salary method. So let me write here public access modifier. Here, let me write basic salary equal to, let me take basic salary of, let me open, close and close the braces. Let me take here basic salary for employee one, some 30,000. Then after 45,000. Then after, let me take one more employee, 50,000. Then the data type is double. Fine. Here I declare one error. Then after let me take, I want to calculate the after include. Okay, let me write here in the this one basic salary for employee, basic salary plus I want to add HRA, house rent allowance, and DA allowance something, and deduction PF. After that, what is the result? What is the result of the, like, what is that? I will told that, let me take, it is a gross salary. What is the gross salary? I want to perform some logic. For that purpose, let me go with the for loop iterator with the collection, okay, for each node enhancer row for iterator over the array, right? See now, initialization, condition check, and increment decrement. We know the loops, right? Now let me write here basic salary. This only basic salary, copy. Basic salary here I will take variable as I. Then after semicolon, it will return some value. Let me put in the basic, right? And the data type is double. same. Then what is the basic salary for length? Let me write here. Sys out basic salary dot length, and it will give the actually length. Okay, it will give the length. Suppose how many here? Let me take something number. This is less than the I, 0 less than the so and so length. Then it is condition is true, then it will enter inside the block. Then basic salary I, it will take the 0. Otherwise first iteration 1. Then after it will give that basic. Then after basic plus, let me calculate one, basic into, let me take basic into 0.20%, nothing but 20% on the basic salary, equal to, it is the HRA, house rent allowance, that is the double. Okay, here I took as a 20% of, like this is called additionals, 20% of the basic salary, and basic salary whatever it came, basic salary 30,000 into 30,000 and into of 0.20, it will give some value. It is about HRA, nothing but house rent allowance. After that DA, same to the basic salary, basic salary into let me give 0.110%, nothing but 10%. Then after it will give the result. This is the, let me write DA and the double. F, okay. Yeah. Fine. Then after PF, it is also deduction, like basic salary into deduction 0.05 semicolon. Then after it is a PF, then it is the double. Type is double. Okay. Then after, so here basic salary, let me write here basic salary plus HRA, house rent allowance, and deduction is, plus daily allowance minus deduction is PF, provident fund. Then after it will give the net salary of one employee. Salary. Then after it is the double. Fine. Here I declare the salary and I took the for loop. In the for loop, basic salary index, after that it will return the basic salary. Then with that basic salary 30,000 into 20, same as the 10%, same as the 5%. Then it will give the net salary. Right. Then after, let me print system.out.println. Write sys out. The sys out employee plus variable name plus employee 1, then after plus concat symbol net salary plus what I have done, then I want to see. Just to save this one. So yeah, so this is the actually, let me write here system.out.println length of the length, just me write for understanding length of this condition, basic salary and length is one method. Okay, just me write, let me run this code. Okay, see now it's not executed because of we are not calling. So salary, this is the non-static variable with the reference variable we have to invoke, right? Let me write, what is this? It's in the class name. Okay, let me create object. Let me create object for class. Corresponding class is my this one, and this is actually constructor call equal to let me write here something name and class name. I created object for corresponding class, then after reference variable Krishna dot salary I am invoking. Just save this one. Okay, let me write system.out.println employee details. Oh, something employee info. It might be anything. It might be a ID number, it might be salary, anything comes under info. Info is fine. Then let me drag this one. Fine. Okay, save this one. Let me run this code. Open space. Run as Java application. Employee info. Right. Let me give some codes. Rerun again. See now, employee ID initially like where it is stored for that purpose, it's printed 7th line. Then after employee info printed as it is. Then after we created object for the corresponding class array sample2. Then after we call the logic. So employee salary. So after basic salary is 30,000, right? 30,000 plus HRA plus DA. Then after PF. After in that whole basic HRA DA, we are detecting PF. Then the first employee salary 37,500. Second 56. Third one 63,000. Length. So here length. Condition. Where is that condition in the for loop? Yeah. I 0 less than basic salary dot length 3. Condition true, it executed. Clear? This is about requirement. I want to calculate the one employee salary by using array. Clear ma? Fine. So that's it about today. Arrays, and we have a lot of concepts in arrays, like 2D is there and a lot of things is there, but it's not recommended for the CMS, content management system. Why? Because of we have collections. Okay. Sometimes most important point. Sometimes void. Okay. Sometimes let me write one method. Public. Return type I don't take. I will give some question mark. Then after let me write any method name is on change bracket, open bracket, close bracket. Here we can give array also. Return type might be anything. It might be primitive type, all integer, it might be integer, it might be float, it might be string, it might be class name, okay, it might be array also, it might be sometimes list. Return type might be anything. You have to just identify. That's all. Okay, that's it for today.